Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve, and today we've got part 2 of our Soundz install on our 2024 Road Glide back here. Now, if you watched our video a couple of weeks ago, we have Nathan Deegan in here doing a Soundz install on our 24. Now, that wasn't particularly an install video like you would normally see on our channel because Nathan traveled up here to do the custom install for the Soundz system. Now, in that last video, we asked a lot of questions and we got a lot of answers from Nathan. We covered the reason why I waited so long to get the Soundz for the 24. So with Soundz and the new Skyline OS that's in these 24s, they took the time to do it correctly the first time. Their A to B module has a built-in DSP, so there's not a separate purchase for that. There's no line output converters disguised as A to B modules. This is a true A to B module with an internal DSP built in. These things come factory pre-tuned for each bike and each combination. So whether or not you're doing the fairing, if you're doing fairing and lowers, or if you're doing fairing and speaker lids, or if you're doing fairing and speaker pods on your tour pack, it doesn't matter. They're going to pre-tune that amp for you, so that way it's ready to install on your bike. And what we're going to be doing today is upgrading that system. Like, can you expand on the system? And absolutely, yes, you can. What we've been waiting on are the lower fairing speaker pods from Advanblack. Now, we got the color matched speaker pods for the Advanblack Color Matched lower fairings. As you can see right here, we've got the 6.5-inch pod, and we also have an 8-inch pod. So for you guys that want to go big, the 8-inch pod can be purchased separately from the lower fairings. Now, if you look back here at the back of the bike and you haven't watched our videos in the past on this build, what we've done is we've taken the 14 to 23 bags, the 14 to 23 lids, hardware, side covers, all that stuff, and we've put it on the 24. It still fits, no modification needed. They didn't really change anything on the frame, so all this stuff still fits. We also have the stretch Dominator rear fender in the back, so it gives us that whole stretched rear end look. The only thing is you have to do the lids, the bags, the hardware, everything, because the 24 and newer, the lids are wider and longer, and those lids will not fit on the 14 to 23 bags. So because we have done that 14 to 23 stretch kit on the rear end, we've also got the 8-inch color match lids here as well. So we're going to be putting Soundz 8-inch in here, getting those installed, and then on the front doing the Soundz 6.5s, and then we already have the basic kit from the last video, the amp and the 6.5s in the fairing. So that's going to give us a complete expansion on this bike. So if you're interested in getting Soundz, I'll put a link. It'll be popping up right here in the corner. If you want to, after this video, go check it out. That's Nathan here actually installing the Soundz and covering all of those questions. If you feel like the sound system is going to be right for you, make sure to get a hold of Nathan and he can hook you up with what you need for your bike. If you want to get your hands on the Advanblack stuff, I'll have the links down in the description below as well. These lower fairings are designed to mount to your OEM crash guard, unlike the Harley Davidson one that requires you to change this crash guard down here to a separate crash guard that has little welded nuts all over it and cost extra money to do. These actually install right to the OEM engine guard that comes on your bike. So if you want to get your hands on these, link in the description. Same for this whole rear end system back here. And just a little sneak peek, because I know somebody's going to ask, is where's that fat tire kit from? That fat tire kit video will be coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. So now, when Nathan was here, I already knew what we're going to be doing. We're going to be expanding, so the wires and stuff are already ran. The new 24s, it's pretty cool. You don't even have to run anything under the tank and all that goofy stuff like you had to on the older bikes. There's a plug right underneath your seat that you can plug into, split off, and go right to those saddlebag lids. So we got the wire right here where we're going to be splitting off this to go to the pods. So it's going to be pretty easy install today, and then that's plugged underneath the seat to run to our lid. So let's get the camera over here and let's get started. So inside the kit are these pre-done up wires. Already got the wire loom on them and everything, got the connectors on both ends. And what we did in the past is we dropped this down from underneath the fairing from the amp. So these are going to be labeled brake side and clutch side. You can't really mess this up. The plug sizes are 2 different sizes. So we're going to do this one here. We're going to do this one here. Now that's ready to go. Plenty of length of wire here, and once I get everything done, I can take my outer fairing off, pull this all back up in there and zip tie it off nice and neat. So from here, we're going to take this glove box off and put our pod on. Now if you look right up inside your glove box, you'll see 5 hex head screws. We're going to take a 3mm hex and we're going to get these screws out. Pull the pod off. We're going to save these screws because we're going to reuse 4 of them. Right here on the inside of the lower fairing, we've got a hole here where you can run your wire through. So we're going to go ahead and get that in. I'm going to pull out quite a bit of this here. right? Because all this extra gets tucked back up in the fairing. We're going to get our speaker pod up here, which only uses 4 of those screws, right? On the back side, we've got a hole through there as well. So we're going to go ahead and poke our wires through there. Leave ourselves plenty of room. We're going to pull this up into place. There's a lip on the back side of this. It doesn't just butt up to it. This lip right here fits inside the fairing, so make sure you have it installed correctly. Once you have it like that, you're going to run 4 of those screws back in. We're going to snug these down using a hand ratchet. Don't use power tools on these. We don't want to strip these out. All you have to do is just snug them up. Go ahead and get your speaker connected, and I want to show you something real quick. So on these pods, we do have pre-drilled holes for your grill. If your grill has logos on it like this and it has to go a certain way, you may have to re-drill your holes. Very easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do it today. If you don't have logos and your grill can go however you want it, then just use the 4 provided holes that you have. So I'm going to put this speaker back in. I'm going to square up these 4 holes on the pod, right? There's a little bit of movement in there too, so make sure you got it pretty well centered. I'm going to hold that in place. I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to mark the center of these holes. Now Soundz does provide the bolts for us to install all this, so we just want to match our drill bit up with the screws that come with it, or whatever screws you want to use. This one's going to be a 1/8 bit. I'm going to try to keep this as straight as I can. So we're going to take our grill, we're going to line it up with the holes in the speaker. Just going to take a screwdriver and get it started. They're pretty long screws, so we'll run them in with the ratchet just to save some wrist later. Now I ran them in because they're so long with the drill, but that last little bit of screw, you may want to do that by hand. If you don't know your drills really good and you don't know the power that they have, and you don't know when to back off, you're going to end up getting it all the way in. It's going to bottom out and then spin, and it's just going to kind of waller out that hole. Once we get done with the lids, I'll go ahead and crack the fairing. I'll put all that up in there, zip tie it off real good, and be a nice clean install. So now let's get over to the lid. Now from here we're going to switch over to our 8-inch lids, but we have to transfer all the stuff inside this lid over to the 8-inch lid. So the first thing we want to do is remove the 4 screws right here in the tether. Now you're going to have to go out and look and see what size yours are depending on what bags you have. If you have the Harley ones or aftermarket ones like we do, get the size of the torque bit and get those 4 screws removed. 2 on the outside of the tether. Once you pull the tether up, you'll have 2 more. So just make sure when you release that last screw, you got a hold of the lid so it doesn't slip down and scratch your bag. We're just going to make ourselves a little soft table to get the one-touch hardware out of the lid. The first thing we're going to do is start with the screw on the back side of this lever. Then you have 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Then you have these 3 screws right here that go through your bracket, through your lid, and into the outer cover. We're going to remove those 3 screws. Get the cover off the outside. Now this will simply pull up and off. And then you can take that lid out of the way, get your 8-inch lid in here. When we set this back in place, this ring right here has to go through this hole. I get quite a few calls on this that you got this in place and it's not quite lining up and it feels like it's kind of tight. It's because usually this is offset just a little bit like that and it's not poked all the way into the hole. So make sure that that's poked in there and it should lay flat right in there perfectly. Now I'm going to take a little blue Loctite. I'm going to put it down in each one of these holes. It just takes a little dab. Get your hinge plate back up here into place. Now these 3 screws are going into plastic, so no blue Loctite on those. Just going to run these back in. Add some thread locker back to your lever screw. Always make sure to Loctite this one. I just get a lot of calls that these things come unscrewed. This falls in the bag and this falls off going down the road. So make sure that you've got Loctite on this. And once you put that in place, you're going to turn it until it falls into place and grabs. Just like that. Also remember, it takes about 24 hours for Loctite to set up. Now it'll set up kind of thick within the next few hours, but if you add that on there and you throw this on your bike and go for a ride, you're not guaranteed that you're going to lose that screw. Now this lid's ready to go on the bike, but I'm going to go ahead and install my speaker in my grill in this on the soft table because it's much easier. Not all grills will fit down in this hole. The Soundz grills are actually pretty big grills. So if we set this up here, you can see this just kind of sets on the paint. It doesn't fit down in the hole. So what we've done is picked up some spacer rings from SPL Bagger Audio. I'll put a link down in the description. I think Nathan also has these as well if you need those. So what you would do is put this in, then you would mount your speaker, which raises your speaker up, and then you can mount your grills right to the speaker, right? And that will make a nice clean install. So normally you could just take a spacer and set it in here and put your speaker on it and then try to line everything up. And the way I do it is drill the holes out, just drill 2 holes, get you a countersink bit like this, countersink that, get you a countersink screw, run those in, and that makes that stay so you don't have to fight with everything else, right? So once we get that in there, we can take our Soundz speaker, we can set this in here and line this up with the holes now. So if you haven't seen Advanblack's lids before and you're wondering what this area right here is, this is for a tweeter. You can put a 1-inch bullet tweeter in here. You can leave this like this, which to me, it kind of looks unfinished when you do that, but I see a lot of people doing it because they have speakers like this where the tweeter is built into the speakers. Maybe you haven't seen Advanblack speaker lids before and you're wondering what this is up here. This is a spot for a 1-inch bullet tweeter. When we send them out, they're painted and they're covered. You have to drill the holes for your tweeter. And it's because of this reason right here. These tweeters are built into this speaker, so you don't need to put a tweeter in here. And this is my own personal opinion. I think that this looks unfinished. It looks like something needs to go there, or it's just a weird design, right? So what I'll end up doing is probably cutting my hole, and I've got 1-inch tweeters over there in boxes in the cabinet. And I'll probably just throw a set of dummy tweeters in there just to make it look not look unfinished. Just remember, you can't hook those tweeters up to this system. Just because you put them in, they have to be dummies. You can't put them in and hook them up to this because this system is already pre-tuned. The amp, the DSP is already pre-tuned for the speakers that we're installing. Now the last thing we have to do is put our seal in the bottom of the lid. Cut off that little bit of excess and then push this down. Next thing we need to do is get the saddlebag ready to accept our wire. You'll see that the harness from them comes with a rubber grommet already on it. This is the part that's going to be inside the bag, right? So we're going to mount this about 2 inches down from our front hole where our saddlebag mounts to the bike. So we're going to measure real quick, see where we need to be on this hole on the inside. About 0.70 inches on that. So we're going to take our step bit. We're going to figure out where that is on here. And we're going to mark that. So that's right there is where we want to stop our step bit. About right here. Drill our hole. Get our step bit. We're going to stop it right on that line. This is just a cutter that's going to clean up these cut holes. It's just a blade, it's a curved blade that spins, and we can take that or these little jagged plastic pieces, we can put it on here, and we can go around it like this and clean that up. Do the same thing on the inside. Then we can take our wire, we're going to poke it through, and I'll get one side started, use a flathead screwdriver to poke the other side through. Just be careful that you don't slip and scratch your paint. Go ahead and get our tethers reinstalled. Now I'm only going to put one in there for right now because we do have to take our seat off and hook up our harness. You'll see right here underneath your seat these 2 large black plugs, 2 small ones into a single, this single into this double, and these are marked left and right. Pop my left hand side cover backside off. I'm going to go right through here, right above my ABS, and I'll poke that out right there. So in order to get this one back right here, we're going to pull this bolt right here. You can take out the front one too if you want, loosen it up, give you a little bit more room in there. But all we want to do is get this fished in right here. So now that we got this fished, now we want to go behind this frame and right up here to this hole. So I'm just going to reach back in here and pull this through. tighten this one back up. So like I said, try to get this white tag right there where those two holes are. We're gonna run a zip tie here. Don't mind all these other wires. Like I said, I've got air ride and stuff on here, so a little bit more stuff than you'll probably have on your bike, unless you have air ride. That tag right there, and that should give you enough to pull your bag out and get this plugged in, right? So now from here, I'm just going to cut the camera and get the bike put back together. So I got the bike put back together, and there's probably a few of you out there that are wondering why I don't do a sound check so you can hear it, right? A, we're inside of a shop. B, it's raining outside, so there's no chance of getting that bike outside. The second thing is that it's really kind of pointless to do it because I'm recording the audio, right? What I'm hearing here in the shop through my little microphone here, and it's going into that camera, and then I upload it on YouTube, right? So when you play it back at home, you're not hearing the bike's speakers. What you're hearing is your little cell phone speaker, your computer speakers, your TV speakers. That's what you're hearing. Now, if you had surround sound on your computer or on your TV, it may sound a little bit better. It'll pick up a little bit more of the bass that this system provides. So when you see those little videos online of like sound competitions and all that good stuff, it's really kind of pointless because you're not hearing the system. What you're hearing is what you're playing it back through. So, the best thing you can do is try to find a Soundz dealer. Generally at almost every rally there's a Soundz dealer. Go by there, they got a couple of demo bikes usually there, and you can check out the system. This isn't even the big system, this is the 800 watt system. So the wife and I took the bike out for a ride after I got it all buttoned up, and it's crystal clear. About halfway on the volume was loud enough for me and the wife's, right? So I had plenty of volume bar left to make it even louder. And like I said, this is just the 800 watt system, and that's a 6 speaker setup on an 800 watt system. They have a 1200 watt system too. And definitely check out that last video that we did with Nathan and CSI when he came up here and installed this system. Now today we installed the expansion part of that system, but make sure to check out that video because it's not an install video where we show you how to do it, but he's installing it and I'm asking a lot of questions. So we get a lot of answers from him on that. So make sure to check out that video. And by all means, if you see me out on the bike and you're interested in what the system sounds like, just stop me and I'll let you listen to the system. That's absolutely the best way to do it. Like I said, doing it through a camera and then playing it back through a cell phone, really kind of pointless. So, hey, I hope this video helped you. And if it did, don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe. It's what keeps us coming out here and making these videos for you. I'm going to get out of here, get myself cleaned up. Hope to see you in the next video. But until then, as always, be safe. Keep your knees in the breeze. Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out our videos today. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, hit the little subscribe button popping up over here. If you want to check out more of our content, I've got 2 videos right here that'll get you started. Not really going to say anything else, just click one of those videos and take you to another video.